On today's episode, we will have activity updates, traffic safety, info about Gesa, watch and win, and more.
All that coming up next. Hi Bombers, I'm Max.
And I'm Kelsey, and welcome back to Atomic TV.
We hope you all had a great summer.
Now, here's Nina with some more information with Mr. Fisk.
Hey Bombers, it's Nina here with Mr. Fisk with our new segment, Fisk's Future. Say that 10 times fast. All right, Mr. Fisk, how's your transformation so far from going from wherever you were to here now at Richland High?
Well, I got a jump start, actually. If you remember, I landed here in the springtime, and it was an absolutely fabulous transition. The only challenge I had was that dodgeball game back in June. Anybody remember that one? If you were there, you saw it. You saw the dislocated knee and the torn patella tendon. And I think everybody was pretty shocked. Short of that, the students are fabulous here. The staff is absolutely amazing, and it's a beautiful community. They've made us, my family and myself, feel very welcome.
That's great. So for the seniors right now, what advice would you give to our seniors here?
Take the time to spend the time you have with each other, because once everyone leaves after graduation, it will never be the same. So take the time to really embrace those relationships, grow those relationships, and appreciate that time.
Nice. Staying on the role of seniors, what was it like for you when you were a senior? And what advice would you give yourself as a senior?
I'd give my past senior self, push myself a bit harder in my classes. And I think the other piece would have been to look a little bit deeper at some different colleges. There were a few more opportunities, but I was a kid from a family with not a lot of money, so you had to kind of limit those choices. But I'd say look and dream big. You bet.
Alrighty. Now for our freshmen this year, what piece of advice would you give our incoming freshmen?
Well, I think this group is different than all the other groups. So if we think back to just the time you all have been in high school, it's been defined by COVID, right? And I think their middle school experiences and late elementary experiences have been defined by COVID. And I think the best way for any young person to get through things, become part of one thing greater than yourself. So be involved in a sport, an activity, something that really helps you become more grounded, more team-oriented, and really draws you to school, not just for school, but for some other enriched things, and then also give back.
All right, thank you so much for this interview. Now back to the studio.
Here's information about Gesa.
Hey Bombers, this is Tristan, and I'm just here with a little bit of information about our Gesa Credit Union branch here. So basically what's going to happen is we have our opening day, which is going to be on October 3rd. With that, we are going to be open on both lunches, A and B, for some transactions. Come deposit a check, cash a check, whatever you want. With that, for people that may not have a Gesa account, we are doing a promotion coming up soon, which is going to be, we're giving out $100 for every new account opened. Very simple, just come up. If you want a free $100, just hit us up. We'll be here waiting for you to go.
Now, here's Ukiah with a sports update.
Hey Bombers, it's Ukiah, and I'm here with the sports update for you this week. Friday, cross country is at Hanford at 5 p.m. 9 a.m. on Saturday, girls volleyball jamboree. 10 a.m. Saturday, JV soccer girls is at Kamiakin. 11 a.m. freshman football is on the Wells and Way Fred Meyer football field. 12 p.m. girls varsity soccer is at Kamiakin. And at 4 p.m. boys varsity football is at Edgar Brown Stadium against Southridge. Thank you guys. Now back to the studio.
Now let's head over to an informational video about traffic safety.
Hi, this is Karin with Officer Crouch. Today we are going to be talking about safe driving tips with the new school year starting. Officer Crouch, do you have any safe driving tips for us?
Yeah, so as the school year starts, everybody needs to remember that the school zones will be active, and when the school zone is active, the yellow lights will be flashing, and so our school zones are 20-mile-an-hour school zones, and they're around all of the schools, including elementary. And also remember that elementary gets out at different times. So middle school and high school get out about the same time, but the elementary schools get out a little bit later. As kids are walking home, they need to make sure you use the sidewalks and the crosswalks whenever possible. And even though you're in the crosswalk, you still need to make sure that you look both ways and make sure that traffic is stopping before you go across the street.
Perfect. Yeah, so with school starting soon, just remember to stay safe on the roads and to pay attention. Now back to the studio.
Now, here's Isaiah with Watch and Win.
Hey Bombers, it's Isaiah. Today's Watch and Win, brought to you by Dairy Queen. This year I'll be doing Watch and Win one time a week. This week's winner is Christian Isaiahs. Christian, please come down to Mr. Murphy's room, room 1060 to get your prize. That's all I have for today, Bombers. Now back to the studio.
Have a great week, Bombers. Now please stand for the pledge.